Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. Sorry it's come up a little bit late, I've been really busy. So yeah, we're doing 29th through to the 5th of August, which is next Monday, I believe. I just gave it an extra day. Yeah, because you know I'm loading a little bit late. So for your reading, we're doing the weekly check-in again for your current self. We look at for the week. And the theme for the week, we look at the Anarchy Tarot for that. For your key goal, obstacle to overcome, major accomplishment for the week, we're using Ellie Dugan's Witch's Tarot. And for what to avoid, what to embrace, and where you can find support, we use the Tattoo Tarot, 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zana, really good deck. Spiritual advice for this part of the reading is The Answer is Simple by Sonia Chaquette. And for your second part reading, which is the 15 card reading, looking at any other general energies, love, work, finance, we use the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright, and spiritual guidance we use for that part of the reading, Angel Answers by Doreen and Radley Valentine. Okay, let's get started on your reading, and we're going to speed up this shuffle. Okay, let's get started. We're just going to pull these cards up a little bit here, guys, so that we've got a better view of everything. Alright, so Aries, who are you this week? You are showing as being, oh wow, the 7 of Rods, 7 of Wands. That's who you are apparently this week. I mean, on this particular 7 of Rods, it clearly shows two people kind of involved in, you know, hand-to-hand combat. So often I won't just read the meaning of the card, I actually mean read the pictures and the illustrations. I think it's really important to do that. I do feel that some of you Aries this week do have a clash with an individual. Now this might be just a clash of ideas. Wands aren't usually about words. Wands are usually about passion, ideas, career matters, motivation, ambition. So there might be a fiery kind of clash here. I don't necessarily think it's a fight or a physical fight. Usually that's the sword territory that you're looking at fights with. But the Wands, you can see two guys here who are kind of fighting. And it reminds me of the 5 of Wands, very much so. But it's the 7 of Wands. So we're still looking at, but usually with the 5 of Wands, it's all about an internal clash or some internal frustration going on. With the 7 of Wands, it's usually that you are fighting against somebody who's posing a challenge. So I feel that there is a challenge for some of you guys this week. I think that you're being kind of confronted with some form of a challenge, and I feel that you guys this week are really standing your ground, because the 7 of Wands actually means to stand your ground. So I see you guys as being extraordinarily resilient this week. I think that this week you are definitely standing your ground in the face of probably some fierce opposition as well with that 7 of Rods energy. But it's good that you're showing us very resolute in the situation. What is the theme for the week, Aries? It's all about money. So there might be a clash. You might be having to stand your ground. You might be involved in some form of a challenge or facing a challenge concerning money, Ace of Coins energy. It could be a job with the Ace of Coins energy. It could be about property matters with the Ace of Coins energy. It might be about land with the Ace of Coins energy. There's a clash happening here. You're involved in some form of a clash, some of you guys, and it's involving probably some form of material thing. It'll be money or a job or a home or, you know, property or that type of thing, because this is about laying the foundations as well. And it might also be with the 7 of Wands you're facing opposition or a clash. It could be because aces represent new beginnings or fresh starts, or something new is beginning. And with the coin, this is because it's coin, it's earth, it's all about laying a new foundation. So you might be facing a clash concerning kind of something new that you're committing to, or something new that you are kind of laying the groundwork for with that Ace of Coins energy showing there, Aries. What is your key goal for the week? Your key goal being the 9 of Swords. How does that bloody work? Who has the goal of the 9 of Swords? Well, the 9 of Swords is all about worry and fear and, you know, anxiety. But your goal wouldn't be the 9 of Swords. The 9 is kind of, you know, one step away from the 10. So this is kind of, you know, this is the last stage. And I feel that even though it's not reversed, the only way I can look at this, and I don't think not unless your goal is to make somebody else worry, because you are involved with a clash, and it could be over property, money, whatever it is. It's a material thing. But there's a clash here that some of you guys might be involved in. I mean, your key goal might be to get whoever that opposition is to worry. Nine of Swords energy. It might get them to kind of back down with that Nine of Swords energy showing here, because here you're facing some fierce opposition here. And your goal is the Nine of Swords. It's not for you to worry. Your goal, Aries, would be to get your opposition to worry. If that 9 had been reversed, it would have probably said that your key goal for the week would have been to overcome some worries. But I feel it's to get some opposition to back down with that 9 of Swords energy. Obstacles that you need to overcome. Well, you've got issues within the family, 10 of Cups energy. So the obstacle that you need to overcome might be within the family with the 10 of Cups energy. But also the obstacle that you need to overcome, I mean, we go from a 9 to a 10 here. And 10s usually mean completion of a cycle. Okay, the fulfillment. Usually the 10 of Cups is about the fulfillment of a dream. So the obstacle that you might need to overcome here is about the fulfillment. And it's an obstacle to you. So it might be the obstacle is that fulfilling a dream that you have here. It's got something to do with that pentacle there. It may be pretty tricky. Probably because you're facing some opposition here. So the obstacle that you need to overcome, it's family matters probably for some of you guys, but also it's the fulfillment of a dream, which is the 10 of Cups energy showing here. Remember, it comes after the 9, and the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's having a wish granted, and then the 10 is actually literally, I mean, the 9 does often show when you're getting a wish granted anyway, but this is literally finally the fulfillment of a dream with that 10 of Cups energy showing up here. The 10 of Cups can also be being overly excited at something, you know, being, what's the word that I'm looking for, too optimistic. So the obstacle that you might need to overcome is that you are really optimistic, perhaps, with that 10 of Cups energy, that you're going to get this opposition to back down. Because I think that your goal is to get whoever the opposition is to back down with that 9 of Swords. What is it that you're accomplishing this week? Well, you're accomplishing the Empress. And, you know, the Empress is all about care and nurturing and love and kindness. But it's also about creative expansion as well and growth. So I feel that more than anything, what you're accomplishing this week is a tricky reading in a way, because the cards feel good, but I don't know how personal they are for you, Aries. Like the accomplishment being the Empress. The Empress is all about creative expansion, and it's all about abundance and growth. And it might be that you're accomplishing some form of abundance, growth, expansion, but it will come from your own hands, because it always does with the Empress energy. The Empress can be pregnancy as well, obviously, so I don't know whether there's anything to do with pregnancy here with this Empress energy. We do have an Ace of Coins in the area as well of this reading, and the Empress with any of the aces can show the conception of birth, the conception of pregnancy, especially that Ace of Coins, for sure. Any one of the aces, actually, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, they're all conception cards, and they can definitely, when an Empress is around, indicate a pregnancy. So, also the accomplishment is, because it's number 3, we're talking about initial stages. So what we're talking about is the initial stages of conception and growth and birth, because remember, she's pregnant, but this is the number 3, so whatever is in, so the baby in her stomach is actually growing. So it's indicative, and the metaphor is all about the growth of new life, the growth of new ideas, the expansion of new life, creativity, that type of thing. It's not yet been born, but things are kind of growing and things are expanding. So I actually feel that what you're achieving or accomplishing this week is at least growth and movement with this Empress energy. And there's definitely something to do with pregnancy and conception, and that conception actually growing with the Empress energy. So I feel that kind of a foundation that you've been laying, I'm seeing it growing this week with that Empress energy seeing there, because the foundation is the conception with the Ace of Coins, and I'm seeing it growing with the Empress sitting there. So I think the accomplishment is that whatever it is, that whatever foundation that you're laying here, Aries, is starting really to show some traction and growth and movement with the Empress in the accomplishment position. What is it you need to avoid? I feel that you need to avoid, and you can see on this particular Fool card, I love this deck, that she's got the eyes, And any card that you get in the tarot that has a blindfold on means that somebody isn't seeing something properly. She's smelling the roses and they sure smell good, you know, but she's not seeing. And it's funny, when I look at this, it almost looks like, can you see that thing there? That almost looks like it's about to eat this. She's not seeing what it looks like, she just smells it. And because she smells it and it smells so good, she's going to go for it. So she's kind of, it almost looks like a snake as well, doesn't it? Can you see how this looks like a snake around her arm? So it almost feels to me that because it kind of smells good, she's smelling the roses, but she's not seeing the snake. She's not seeing the risk element of the situation. She's being seduced. Snakes, remember the Garden of Eden, they usually act as seduction within tarot cards. Within any card, they show seductiveness and trickery as well. So this person's being fooled into thinking that she has something good, but she's got a snake around it, and the snake is almost, it's almost like the Garden of Eden. It's really kind of seducing her into thinking that this is good. She can't see the snake around her because she's blinded. So you need to avoid doing something blindly with that Fool energy, being seduced into doing something because it smells good or because it feels good, but you're actually not seeing it for what it is. And you can see that her eyes are blinded. She can't see the sun. She can feel the rays of the sun, but she can't actually see it, you know. So she's not seeing things clearly. So you need to avoid kind of taking any risks this week and doing stuff because it feels good or because you're being seduced into it, but you're not looking into it properly, because fools can mean that we do things in error as well. Okay, often I read the Fool in the upright as being a fool and doing things in error as well. So Aries, you need to avoid doing things in error because it feels good or it smells good or it, you know, it looks good, but you've not really looked at it properly. What is the thing that you need to embrace this week? What's this? The Hermit. That's interesting, isn't it? So you need to avoid the Fool, and it would make sense that you would need to embrace the Hermit. I feel that you need time to think, and maybe this person isn't so bad who you're clashing with. Maybe this person is trying to stop you from making a mistake, because your goal is to get them to back down with that Nine of Swords. But you may need to avoid the obstacle of being overly optimistic with that Ten of Cups energy showing there, because the Ten of Cups can also show over optimism. You know, you're as high as a card. Oh, yes, that's really... That card can definitely show that. So maybe you need to overcome the obstacle of your own kind of over-optimism with that Ten of Cups energy showing up here. Okay? Maybe you need to overcome the obstacle with the Ten of Cups energy, that this thing that you're looking for, that you're clashing on with that Ace of Pentacles. And I don't think that's necessarily money, even though it's a money card. I think this is something to do with... a property, or there's a new thing that you've been building or laying, there's something new that you've been laying the foundations for, and I think that you're clashing over doing it. I think that you know, and when you look at the word laying foundations, Aries, this could be, well, I'm laying the foundations for my future, so I'm going to go back to college, or I'm laying the foundation for my future, so I'm going to, you know, I'm going to leave my job at the moment, and I'm going to, you know, search for my life purpose, you know. I'm going to leave my job despite the fact that I've got 1,000,001 bills, and I haven't paid this, and I haven't paid that, and it might be that you've got a family member with that Seven of Wands who's kind of saying, no, don't be so silly, don't leave your job, you know, because you want to lay the foundation for... you know, finding your life, you know, while you're giving up a job, a good job, when you know, it's fine if you want to search for your life purpose, but why would you give up your job when you've got nothing to fall back on? Why not search for your life? So this person here might be just telling you, just look at alternatives. The clash might be because this person, and I get the impression that somebody is trying to stop you from making a mistake, because this card, the Hermit, shows up and it tells you what you need to embrace. And the thing with the Hermit is it's all about taking a step back, Aries, and doing a little bit of alone time and just to gain some wisdom and insight. He's far different from that Fool. The Fool is somebody who goes out there and just like, oh, that looks good. Oh, I don't know what it's like, but it feels like it could be good. Let me just take a risk. Let me take a leap of faith. Even though I can't see what I'm doing here, she's smelling the roses, but she can't see the snake curled around her arms. Can you see? He's seducing her. She can't see that this is a seduction. And the whole point of her taking a risk on whatever this flower is because the snake is seducing her. Snakes on readings for me are never very good because they show deception and they show sneakiness. So you need to avoid kind of being the Fool and allowing someone to entice and seduce you into a particular thing this week, Aries, because I feel that whoever this person is trying to stop you from doing that. And your goal for the week is to get them to back down with the Nine of Swords energy showing here, because the theme is that you want to build a particular foundation. You think it would be good, but the universe is saying, well, look, you need to overcome the obstacle that you're being overly optimistic. And you also need to overcome the obstacle that this may not be, Rome is not built, or Rome was not built in a day, the Ten of Cups energy. What you're accomplishing this week is that we are seeing some growth, we are seeing some traction in the matter with the Empress energy. We do have a seed being planted here, and we are seeing some growth from that seed with the Empress energy, which is really rather good. However, you do need to avoid being a fool and just going all out there and doing this thing, because you're being seduced into it. It looks good, but you haven't really looked at it because you've got the blindfold on. And you need to embrace that you need to just take a step back with that Hermit energy, Aries, and just gain a little bit. Because remember, Hermits, it's Virgo energy. And what do Hermits do? If you get the Hermit in a health reading, what does he show us? Yes, he shows us an X-ray. So this person's always looking into things. Okay, this is not just about withdrawal. This is literally the private eye and the researcher of the tarot. So you need to embrace your private eye side. See, the Fool isn't doing his research. The Fool is enticed by the snake. The snake is seducing him by the smell of the herb, by the smell of the flowers. And he's saying, yeah, come hither, smell that. Doesn't that smell good? Oh my God, what do you think? And the warmth of the sun, calm. Yeah, I'm going. But the universe is saying, avoid that, because you're not seeing things clearly. You've got the blindfold on. And embrace just taking, because Hermits also in terms of timing mean to take your time, because they go so slowly. So you need to embrace, rather than kind of rushing into something that you really don't know about with the Fool energy, you really need with that Hermit energy, Aries, just to take your time and gain some proper insight and knowledge. Do more research with that Hermit energy. And that person's probably, whoever you're clashing with concerning this laying of this new foundation, is probably right. They're not doing it because they're trying to hurt you. They're doing it because they love you. You know, so they're probably right, Aries, in telling you to slow down. Embrace the idea of gaining more information and slowing down just a little bit. I know that you want to grow whatever this concept is with the Ace of Coins, whatever foundation you're laying here. I know you want to grow it, Aries, but, you know, there's a time and a place for everything, and you need to just move slowly and, you know, cross the T's and dot the I's with that Hermit energy, okay? Who can you go to for support if you need it? The Three of Cups, your friends. Three of Cups energy. So if you need support, just go, and you need advice, just go to your friends. And it's your friends that you probably clash with to a certain extent as well. You know, if it's, you know, because I'm sure that they will tell you the same thing. They will tell you the same thing. This is a good idea, and the foundation that you're planting is very admirable for the future with that Ace of Coins energy. But please, please, please don't rush into anything. You know, don't rush into anything. Alright, it's very admirable that you want to lay this foundation, Aries, but when it comes to rushing into things, you need to avoid doing that Fool business. It's not a good idea. And you need to overcome the obstacle that Rome wasn't built in a day. What lets me know that some of you guys probably want to rush something is that Ten of Cups in your obstacle position. It's all about fulfillment, you know. Rome being built in a day sort of thing. You need to overcome the obstacle that Rome is not built in a day, because the Ten of Cups is fulfillment and it's in your obstacle position. You also need to avoid being the Fool. Again, a card about rushing into things and not really looking where you're going. But it feels good. If it feels good, if it sounds good, then it must be good. Not necessarily. You don't want people to stand in the way of this, Aries, because you want someone to back down. The person that you're clashing with here, or the people that you're clashing with, your goal is to get them to back down with the Nine of Swords energy, because the Nine of Swords is a very weak card when it comes to fear and, you know, worry and all the rest of it. So you're probably wanting this person or these people to back down on you because you're so adamant that you're going to build this, you know. But you are seeing growth here in terms of this thing that you've been laying the foundation for. But don't rush the Fool energy. Look before you leap. You're not looking before you leap. Embrace that things will take time with the Hermit energy, and they require far more insight and knowledge and far more information. And if you need help, go to your friends, because your friends will really give you the lowdown. Let's have a look. What's the advice for the week? Spiritual advice. It's telling you to blow off some steam, which is interesting for the week. Let's have a quick look at what that is trying to tell you. I'll just get that. Right, so, whoa, easy now. Your ego is feeling threatened, so it has moved into fight or flight, filling your body with adrenaline, making you ready to come out boxing. When your body is flooded with this hormone, it's difficult to connect with your spirit because you're filled with fear. In this state, you're likely to make rash decisions and say things you don't mean, and that's what's going on here, because there's something here that you really want to do, and I feel that other people are opposing you, and you're kind of like, I don't want people to stand in my way of doing this. I want to do this. But the universe is saying, wait, hold up there, young cub. You know, slap them bloody paws down, wait, and just move slower. You don't need to, Rome was not built in a day. 10 of Cups obstacle position, you know. Draw conclusions that aren't accurate and overreact. The best way to reconnect with your spirit and find the correct course of action at this time is to blow off some steam. Go to the gym and punch a bag. Hop in the shower and scream at the top of your lungs. Visit the seashore and yell into the wind. Tell the universe how you feel. Grumble to the heavens and let it all out. If this isn't possible, get a journal and write down your anxieties and frustrations. Spare no detail. Vent until the adrenaline inside is burned up and you begin to calm down. Make no decisions while you're riled up and stay off the phone. Refrain from sending emails, no text messages either. Wait until you have clarity before you act. And that's it, because the Fool has no clarity. He's got the blindfold on. Any card that in a tarot or any oracle deck that shows somebody with a blind on, they're not seeing things clearly, or they're not seeing things at all. She's just going by her senses. So it's almost like she said, that smells nice. So in other words, it's kind of like the universe is telling you, with the avoid position being the Fool, well, avoid just relying on your senses, because you've got to be able to see what you're doing first. You got to, you want to build this thing, but you're relying on your senses. To you guys, it's like, oh yeah, and the senses is the intuition. So it might be a week to kind of think to yourself, because sometimes intuition is not always right. So it might be a week to avoid kind of just thinking, oh, I'm going to rely on my intuition. But there's something here that you really want, and sometimes when we really want something, our intuition can go off the rails a little bit, because we can fool ourselves and say, yeah, let's just do this. And you're relying on your senses, because she's relying on her sense of smell rather than her sense of sight, rather than what she can see. So you need to avoid just relying on your senses this week. Okay, because, oh, that feels good. Do something, don't do that. Take time, hermit, find out, explore, research, and move slower, and blow off some steam. Okay, if you do anything rationally or erratically, then you're going to make mistakes. Okay, right, next reading coming up is your 15 card reading. Bear with me whilst we shuffle on the cards. I'll speed up the shuffle. Okay, so Aries, we're going to have a look at other general energies coming in. We have the 3 of Cups of celebration, which is nice, coming in. Let's have a look. 4 of Swords, though. I feel that a celebration is being cancelled here, because the 4 of Swords is withdrawal, and there's no action happening here. And the 3 of Cups is a celebration or an agreement. So I feel that if there's a celebration or there's been an agreement happening here for some of you guys, maybe there'll be no action being taken on this celebration or agreement, or somebody's pulling out of an agreement, or somebody's pulling out with that 4 of Swords energy of the 3 of Cups of celebration or an agreement. I'm seeing somebody pull out, because that's withdrawal, the 4 of Swords, or somebody's not taking much action with the 4 of Swords energy. There could also be a celebration because somebody is healed over an illness, because 4 of Swords can also be healing over an illness, and that can be celebration as well. I do have a 4 of Cups showing up here, though. 4 of Cups is showing 2 falls in the reading as well. Stability building on a situation. Stability and security should be building on situations when you get falls in reading, or situations begin to stabilise themselves. 4 of Cups, though, shows discontentment with what you have, or not seeing what you have. 4 of Cups energy. Knight of Swords. Some of you guys not happy. Could be with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you guys not happy, though, possibly moving forward with a Knight of Swords energy. Some of you guys might be feeling unhappy. It might be something to do with some drama you're experiencing with that Knight of Swords energy as well. The 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is movement. 8 of Wands is movement. 8 of Wands is change. 8 of Wands is swiftness. Showing up here, okay. Some of you guys not happy to move towards a situation too quickly or too swiftly with that Eight of Wands energy showing here. I mean, the Knight of Swords is usually can be sudden changes. So some of you guys not happy to kind of do any radical or sudden changes, moving on a situation too quickly. Maybe this is something to do with moving abroad as well. Some of you guys not happy about taking like a sudden change or doing something suddenly or erratically. It might be also some of you guys unhappy. Could be some unexpected Knight of Swords news that's coming as well this week, because the Eight of Wands is all about news. This can be unexpected news coming in, and this is not feeling particularly happy, okay? Some of you guys not emotionally open. It could be to a Knight of Swords. You might not be happy for a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could be somebody who wants to rush in. Could be a relationship thing too quickly. Because the Knight of Swords likes to rush into things, and the Eight of Wands can be too quickly. So this could be rushing a relationship or rushing something too quickly. You're not happy to rush into something too quickly as well. So this could be involving a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual, or somebody who wants to rush a matter too quickly. This could be probably some new unexpected news coming in. Maybe there's some discontentment concerning that showing up with these cards. These are very fast cards. Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, they're really, really swift. So I'm guessing here that some of you guys are not happy to do something really quickly, or you're not happy at some form of sudden changes coming in. You don't like the idea of, you're not open to doing something really quickly, or to quickly having to change, or quickly having to move, or something like that. There's quickness in these cards. They're both very quick cards. Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, but also there could be something to do with information, news here, and it's unexpected. And some of you guys, as I said, Three of Cups, a celebration. While it might be somebody's declining that, it might be somebody saying no, they can't come to a celebration, or it might be there's an agreement here, somebody's not taking action. So it might be that somebody's taking their time to sign an agreement, something like that, with those couple of cards showing there. Let's have a look at, or it might be withdrawing from a group. Some of you guys might be withdrawing from a group, or you know someone who's withdrawing from a group as well. Let's have a look at, and also there could be an agreement here, but some of you guys taking time out to contemplate it. You're not happy to move into something too quickly, because this is agreement. Contemplation is the Four of Swords, but not being happy or discontented is the Four of Cups, and this is moving into things too quickly. So some of you guys, there's an agreement, but you need to take time to think about it. Not happy to move into something too quickly. Okay, let's have a look at love. Okay, Hermit card shows up against us, and it's got its back turned. So I'm figuring that either you or someone else, Aries, has detached yourself with that Hermit energy showing up here. Seven of Cups energy. This is a dream. I'm guessing that you guys have come into reality over a situation here. I think that if you've done a lot of online dating as well, because this can be things on the cloud, some of you guys are taking time out from online dating, and some of you guys are detaching yourself. You're starting to see things more realistically, and this is the dream card of the Seven of Cups. Page of Coins. I get the impression with the Page of Coins energy that this is but this could be a person. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you're a male, maybe a young, dark-haired female showing up here. Pentacles usually show females, but it doesn't have to be. Or this could just be a younger lover. Some of you guys might be taking some time out. It might be with the Seven of Cups. You're considering your options. Might be concerning a younger earth sign, or just a younger female, male, probably dark-haired, with the Page of Coins energy showing up here. There's a King of Cups as well. So Aries, what I'm getting from this is that there might be two people around you. You are considering options. I'm seeing some of you guys taking time out. You're considering your options with the Seven of Cups. It's concerning a couple of people here. One younger person, Page of Coins. One older person, King of Cups. So you might be looking at a younger, for example, dark-haired. Could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be. Could also be an older individual, might be fair-haired or lighter skin. I don't really go with those archetypes, to be honest. They're a bit silly, but definitely I feel considering options concerning a couple of people showing up here. Yeah, you've got 2 sevens in the reading. When you get sevens in a love reading, it means true love. I think that some of you guys might be in love with a couple of people. You're very confused, though. That's what I'm getting from this reading, because the Seven of Cups means to also, Seven of Pentacles also means to take a step back to review, and the Seven of Cups means to look at your options. So I see you guys here just detaching yourself a little bit with that Hermit energy. You're taking some time out to look at your options. It's involving a couple of people here, just taking a step back to review, because I think that you've got really strong feelings, probably for some of you Aries, for both people here. 2 sevens in a love reading means true love. And I feel that you've got very strong feelings for a couple of people here. but needing to take a step back to review with that Hermit, 7 of Coins, looking at your options. Let's have a look at work and finance finally. Okay, an Emperor. So this could be a boss when you get the Emperor in terms of work. 8 of Swords energy. I feel that there's somebody around you, but I feel with the 8 of Swords energy showing here, I'm seeing restrictions. I'm seeing limitations. I'm seeing a lot of fear and anxiety. Some of you guys might be feeling some fear and anxiety around an Emperor, around a boss, feeling like you can't say or speak your truth with those energies showing there. There's 2 people here actually, and they've both got their back to you. I think that this is you, Aries. And actually, funny enough, no, Aries, this is you as well. The Emperor can be Aries energy because he's your major card. But even though that's your energy, I'm not going to read that as you. In fact, both can be you, can't they? Because you've got an Emperor here and a King of Wands here. I want to read this 2 ways. I feel that because we've got the 8 of Swords in the centre here, some of you guys are feeling really frustrated and feeling really trapped. You might be feeling trapped by your position. This could be your position. You might be in a very responsible position with that Emperor energy showing here. Some of you guys might work in media, PR, that type of thing as the King of Wands. But I'm getting you feeling very restricted and trapped, probably because both cards represent Aries individuals. King of Wands can definitely be Aries, Leo, and this is definitely an Aries. So I feel that some of you guys are feeling really rather stifled, 8 of Swords energy, by your positions with the King of Wands and that Emperor energy showing there. Yeah, you're definitely looking forward. You're looking for something else with the 3 of Wands. I think this is you, Aries. I think that, and I'll read it 2 ways. Number 1, some of you guys who are in a really responsible, authoritative position, you're feeling really trapped by it. Because we've got the 8 of Swords in the middle of these 2 guys here. And these 2 guys here are both Aries dudes. Okay, so this is you, Aries, feeling really stifled and trapped by your position. It's a position of authority, and I feel that you've got lots of responsibility here, and I think that you're looking for a way out with that 3 of Wands showing there. Yeah, movement. It's funny because it's all Wands. You're definitely looking to move because the Knight of Wands is movement. So I'm just going to read it that way. You know, if this isn't you in a position of power, then you're probably with the 8 of Swords saying that you are limited from getting that power. Because the 8 of Swords talks about feeling trapped and feeling limited. So some of you guys are experiencing limitations perhaps in getting power. And you're looking, probably with 3 of Wands, looking ahead to move with that Knight of Wands from where you are. So I'll read it 2 ways. It'll either be because you're in a position of power, you're feeling really stifled with that 8 of Swords. You're feeling really trapped by that position of power. And you're looking for a way out. You're looking towards moving away from these positions here. For some of you guys, it could be, though, that you're feeling limited in terms of getting the power that you want with that Emperor and the King of Wands, and you're looking to move. So either way, you're looking to move from your job, from your position, because you're feeling stifled or you're feeling that you're not getting what you want. Either way. Let's have a quick look at the advice cards. We just pulled a few here to give us a sentence. Give me a sentence on what you feel that Aries needs to know right now. Give me a sentence for Aries, please, for the week ahead. What do you want to say to Aries for the week ahead, please, angels? There's helpful people around you, Aries, okay? And you are ready, okay? But you need to be assertive, all right? And ask for help from others. It's kind of quoted twice to you. Aries, that you need to ask for help from others, okay? Because there are helpful people around you. You are ready, okay? But you do need to assert yourself and ask for help from others. You're ready to move on to the next stage of something, Aries, but you need to pluck up the courage and be assertive and ask for help from others, or else you'll stay stuck where you are. Any other advice for Aries, please, at all? Right, ask your angels. It keeps telling you to ask for help. Ask your angels. For forgiveness. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's it. The other cards weren't making sense. So it's saying here that helpful people are around you. You are ready, even if you think you're not, but you need to assert yourself and ask for help from others. It keeps telling you to ask for help. And it said here as well, ask your angels for forgiveness as well. So for whatever that's for, I don't know. But you need to ask your angels for forgiveness, apparently. Alright, my darlings, that is your reading. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like a private reading with me, click on the link below. It will take you straight through to my website. It's in the comments section, or you can click on the link at the end of the video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.